Everyone. I hope everybody doing great. This story right here is a very touching story and it's very sad. And what happened to this Raniya Wright, little girl that gets in a fight? Her head was hitting on her desk. They say that it was a pre-existing um, brain injury or whatever. But also later on in this video, I will show you a video of the same injury that they're claiming is caused by getting hit in the head, which she was hit in the head repeatedly by the girl's fist. She also, her head was hit up against a dresser. So, with that being said, do you really think it was just natural causes? I do not think so. And anyone to think that, they need to be ashamed of themselves. Why are they covering this up? I don't understand it. This right here, little girl needs justice. Even if the girl don't go to jail, she need to go get some damn help, because if she think bullying other people is good, it's a good thing and good to brag about, that she needs help, because she need to be taught that that is wrong. And she need to go to some therapy or something. I don't know. But this shit need to stop. And this was 2019. So, you can imagine at 2022 is still happening. And you can think back farther than that stuff like this happened. So, when is it gonna stop? I'm like, and it was a cause of bullying. It was not only one time. This same girls were bullying that girl for a long time.
Are hearing from Raniya Wright's mother today for the first time since her daughter's death. Her mother says officials are missing a piece of the story about what happened to her daughter. News 2's Deanne Roberts in Colleton County shares Ashley Wright's story.
Contrary to what officials are saying, Raniya Wright's mother says her daughter was completely healthy and a victim of bullying.
My mama plan was to take my daughter home.
Raniya Wright's mother sharing her side of the story for the first time.
I miss my daughter. I am not able to hold my daughter again, kiss her.
Ashley Wright says March 25th, she got a call from Forest Hills Elementary officials saying her daughter was involved in a fight.
I'm panicking. I just got off the phone with the school, the nurse, and she said, my daughter's okay.
However, in a matter of minutes, Raniya was airlifted to the Medical University of South Carolina.
How did it go from a fight until she here and no one called me?
2 days after what officials say was a 10 to 15 second slap fight, Raniya died. Friday, officials say Raniya died of natural causes from a pre-existing brain condition. Ashley says her daughter was healthy.
Any medical issues, I have known about none of them until this situation occurred.
Ashley also saying her daughter was bullied for years, despite officials saying otherwise.
From when Naya was in 3rd grade, from when Naya was in 4th, all the way up until 5th, this same girl.
And those aren't the only things that differ from the sheriff's office investigation. Ashley's attorney says she hired a private investigator who spoke to 2 witnesses, and they say it was more than just a quick scuffle.
Student 2 attacked Raniya from behind, put her in a headlock. Student 2 used her free hand to punch Raniya in the head over and over. Each punch to Raniya's head made a loud sound.
So Ashley and her attorney say this is just the beginning of the unfinished story about what happened to Raniya Wright. Ashley Wright's attorney says they're going to continue investigating until they believe justice is served. We will continue following this story and bring you any updates here on News 2. Reporting in Colleton County, Deanne Roberts, Count on 2.
Are discussing their concerns. News 2's Deanne Roberts was at that meeting and breaks down what parents want to see happen in Colleton County.
Maybe this could have never happened. Maybe that mother wouldn't feel the pain she feels now.
Pain and sadness shifting through the hearts and minds of Colleton County School District parents Wednesday night.
This could have been my daughter.
The news of 10-year-old Raniya Wright dying after a classroom fight at Forest Hills Elementary School, bringing parents together after they say the fight ensued because of bullying.
This bullying just really has to stop. And it does start at home, and we have to take accountability.
Many agreeing, saying that teaching starts at home, but many also say the Colleton County School District is not doing their part.
Our school district does not have the policies, they don't have the procedures, they find funding for the things they want, and they're not putting our children first.
I just want them to buckle down on the administration on policies for behavior in school.
The school board does not help at all. It's like none of the parents matters when it comes to the school board.
This mother, wanting to remain anonymous because she says her own son is being bullied, says she's gone to the district before and nothing happened.
Last year, my son was in a situation like this year, but God, he made it through.
Many others sharing the same story.
My youngest daughter has been bullied since last year by multiple children.
Girls pick on her, and girls make fun of her.
Proposals of more cameras in schools and classrooms, counseling for bullies and the bullied, and community programs that offer mentors to students are a few things parents say could help combat bullying. These parents say their presence at school board meetings and county council meetings will be more prevalent as they seek action. Parents say they're taking everything from this meeting to the next Colleton County School Board meeting. Now, the school board is meeting on Thursday. They're holding a special meeting in regards to this incident. I will be there. Count on us to keep you updated on air, online, and on social. Reporting in Colleton County, Deanne Roberts, Count on 2.
Following the investigation into the death of a 5th grade Colleton County student, authorities say 10-year-old Raniya Wright died after a school fight at Forest Hills Elementary School. Tonight, the Colleton County School District will discuss what happened during a school board meeting. News 2's Deanne Roberts is live at the Colleton County High School where that meeting will happen. And Deanne, you've been covering this story since the beginning. You spoke with a school board member. What is expected to come out of this meeting tonight?
Well, I just learned the Colleton County School District will be discussing the Forest Hills Elementary School incident during their executive session. So yes, this means this will be yet another closed door meeting. And, you know, that's all we've pretty much been seeing for the last 3 weeks or so are those private meetings and not a lot of information released. Tomorrow marks 3 weeks since 10-year-old Raniya Wright died following what the Colleton County School Sheriff's Office says was a school fight. Now, we tried asking the school district our own questions just a few weeks ago, but they were all pretty tight-lipped. I did speak to school board member William Bowman just a few minutes ago, and he says the school board hasn't been saying much because they say this is an open investigation, and he says the board doesn't really know much either.
We're not questioning anybody. You know, we're not interviewing anybody, any students or anything. The sheriff department and the solicitor's office is in control of that entire investigation, and we as a board, you know, just like the public. And I think this is probably something that the public don't realize. We're waiting for information from them, you know, just like the public is waiting for information from us. You know, that's probably the one thing that I want the public to be.
The meeting will be right here at Colleton County High School. And once again, I do want to emphasize that they will be discussing this incident during executive session. So that means, unfortunately, we will not be able to know what is actually discussed between the school board tonight. But there will be a public comment portion during tonight's meeting at 6 o'clock where people are free to express their opinions. We'll bring you a live look at this meeting coming up on News 2 at 6 o'clock. For now, live in Colleton County tonight, Deanne Roberts, Count on 2.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
633 Hires Corner Road.
Okay, what's going on there?
We have a student that is unresponsive at the nurse's office, and we're trying to get in touch with parents but unsuccessful.
Is he breathing?
Yes, she's breathing.
She's just unconscious?
Yes, right now she is.
How old is she?
She's 10 years old.
Someone did it for you. He said she's 10 years old?
Yes, sir.
How long has she been that way?
How long has she been? About on the floor down the way she is now, about 8 to 9 minutes.
Did she fall when she went unconscious?
She was vomiting before. She was in a fight, in a physical altercation. And before she went completely out, she reported she was dizzy, and we had to carry her to the nurse's office.
Okay, is she bleeding anywhere?
No, we don't see any blood.
And you said she went unconscious during the fight?
No, after. Once she got in the nurse's office, she vomited, and then now she's unresponsive.
News exclusive, the family of 5th grader Raniya Wright demanding answers. The 10-year-old died 2 days after a fight inside of her South Carolina classroom with another student. Authorities still have not revealed the cause of that death. Here's ABC's Zachary Keish.
Tonight, the family of 10-year-old Raniya Wright breaking their silence, demanding answers for why the 10-year-old died days after a fight in her South Carolina school.
I sent my child to school feeling like she can be protected while she's not in my care anymore. I want to know everything, and they didn't have no answers for me at all.
On March 25th, Raniya was involved in a fight with another 5th grade girl. Raniya's condition so severe, she was unresponsive and in critical condition when she was taken to a Charleston hospital where she died 2 days later. The other girl has been suspended, and police say there was no weapon used in the fight. As memorials grow, her family and concerned parents have raised questions about the way the incident was handled and the lack of information officials and the school have released.
The school failed. They don't want to admit that they failed. You know, they don't want to own up to what's going on right now, but you just can't take everything and sweep it under the rug. We talk about a 10-year-old girl.
An autopsy has been done, but officials say it could take several weeks before they get the results back, leaving this family increasingly frustrated as they deal with the loss of their little girl.
In addition to the incident and investigative reports, we received copies of 2 redacted interviews the Colleton County Sheriff's Office conducted while investigating. The first, an interview with Raniya's teacher, and the second, an interview with Raniya's PE teacher. Some very interesting information came out of these. Take a listen.
I never heard her say the word bullying to me.
During an interview with the Colleton County Sheriff's Office, one of Raniya Wright's teachers says Raniya never told her she was being bullied.
Never mentioned that anyone was bothering her.
We don't know this teacher's name, but she says her and Raniya were close.
I feel like she would have told me if something was going on. I mean, she told me everything.
So close that when Raniya was in the hospital,
Mom actually called me that night and asked me if I would come to the hospital the next day.
So she did.
I asked her, you know, had the doctors told them anything? And she said that the doctor had just come in and the doctor told her that I had a brain aneurysm and that he felt that the brain aneurysm burst that day. And she told me that she felt really bad because I had been complaining about headaches and she had not done anything about it.
When asked if Raniya and the other girl involved in the slap fight ever had problems, she said Raniya told her 1 week prior to the incident that a girl was not being nice to her.
And she said, well, when I speak to her, she doesn't speak back. Just girl drama.
The day of the incident, Raniya's PE teacher says the two exchanged negative words.
When I got finished taking roll, I noticed that the 2 students were talking to each other, but it wasn't in a friendly manner.
He said he addressed the 2 girls, and from there, they were fine. He believed they would never fight.
Nothing from the time that I've had them to where I would think that they would fight.
Contrary to these 2 interviews, Raniya's mother says her daughter was bullied for years.
From when Naya was in 3rd grade, from when Naya was in 4th, all the way up until 5th, this same girl.
So she's still seeking justice. Raniya's teacher said she would often hear Raniya complain about various health issues, but she said she ignored it. As far as the other girl who was initially suspended for being involved in the school fight, the Colleton County School District says she will not return to Forest Hills Elementary for the rest of the semester.